Hello everyone. Whenever we buy anything from groceries to car to a house, we definitely ask what's the price? And then we compare that price with the value that we see in that particular product and make a decision whether to buy or no. The same philosophy goes in value investing. In the 1920s, Professor Benjamin Graham and David Dodd developed the philosophy of value investing. At that time, while the crowd was chasing market prices and trying to time the markets, they came up with an idea that an investor has to calculate the true value of a company and buy the shares only if they are trading at a discount to this true value. The whole philosophy was based on three important pillars. One, the intrinsic value. Every security has a certain intrinsic value or a true value which is justified by all the facts about that security, whether it is assets, whether it is earnings flow, or even its growth prospects. The second pillar is margin of safety. The margin of safety is the difference between the intrinsic value and the market price. The lower the market price from the intrinsic value, the better is the margin of safety. The third important pillar is the inefficiency of markets in the near term. Markets are not completely efficient, and in the near term, this gives opportunities for value investors to buy this mispricing and benefit as over the longer term, the market prices move towards the true intrinsic values of companies or securities. These three pillars of value investing are relevant even today. However, the perception about value investing has changed. Today, when I talk to investors, they think that value investing is about buying companies which are low price to earning or low price to book or sometimes high dividend yield. While these are shortcuts for valuation, value investing is not about buying the cheapest company on these parameters. As I said earlier, value investing is buying companies which are trading below its intrinsic value with a good margin of safety. When you shift from looking at just ratios to intrinsic value investing, a lot of the myths around value investing are busted. The first myth that I hear spoken quite often is that value investing only focuses on assets and current earnings. Well, that's not true. Value investors have evolved over the years to look at companies which have good intrinsic value generated from cash flows, even if they are asset-light companies. Also, if you focus only on current earnings, you may be fooled by a business cycle. Remember, in a lot of companies, at the peak of the market cap, say in commodity companies, you will find the valuations looking cheap. And during downturns in their business, when the market prices are down, they will look very high on these valuation ratios. The second myth about value investing is that it doesn't look at growth. Value investing is not the opposite of growth investing. In fact, growth does create value. However, a value investor will look conservatively towards forecasting growth. Forecasting longer-term growth is difficult, and hence a value investor demands a certain margin of safety before investing in these high-growth companies. Also, if a company has a good competitive advantage which makes forecasts more reliable, value investors are very much for giving it a high intrinsic value. The third myth about value investing is that it buys cheap companies. Value investors look for underpriced companies. They are not necessarily looking for cheap companies. They are not looking to invest in bankrupt businesses. They are not looking to invest in businesses that investors will never like. What value investors do is look at businesses which are out of favor temporarily so that they are able to buy them at a good discount to their intrinsic values. A lot of investors ask me whether this is the right time for value investing, whether these are the right market conditions. I tell them that value investing opportunities are all pervasive. Sometimes value investing opportunities come market-wide, like we saw last year when there was a crisis and the whole market had crashed. Sometimes they come on a specific sector or specific industry. And sometimes they are just company specific opportunities. When the crowd is focused on one narrative and is driven to higher valuations in that area, there is another area which gets ignored or underestimated, and that creates opportunities for value investors. Also, the biggest advantage for a value investor is a long-term horizon. A lot of investors shy away from good companies because they are in short-term trouble, whether some management change or regulation change or certain business changes. A value investor armed with patience is able to invest in these companies and take advantage of this short-term mispricing. And this ultimately leads to better returns as these market prices move towards the intrinsic value. Looking at the genesis, the logical construct, and the performance of value strategies over the years, it becomes an important part of an investor's portfolio. Thank you very much and happy investing.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.